When did the family who called you a monster come crawling back for help? When I was 22, I dropped out of college to become a professional hacker. Not the illegal kind, the kind that helps companies find security holes before the bad guys do. My family completely lost their minds. My dad called it computer nonsense for lazy kids and said I was throwing my engineering degree away for video games. My mom cried for 3 days straight, asking where they went wrong raising me. But my uncle Kevin was absolutely the worst. He owned this big construction company and thought he knew everything about real work versus fake work. He stood up at Thanksgiving dinner in front of 30 relatives and called me a digital parasite. Said I was no better than a common criminal who steals from hardworking people. "You're a monster who's going to destroy innocent families," he yelled, pointing his finger at me. "Don't come back to this house until you get a real job like a real man." The whole table went silent. My cousins stared at their plates. My parents just sat there, too embarrassed to defend me, so I didn't come back. I moved across the country to Seattle and built my cybersecurity company from absolutely nothing. Started in my tiny studio apartment with 3 computer monitors I bought on Craigslist. I lived on ramen noodles for 2 years while building my client base. Worked 18-hour days, 7 days a week. No social life, no dating, just pure focus on proving everyone wrong. Within 5 years, I was making 7 figures helping Fortune 500 companies protect their data from actual criminals. I had a team of 40 employees and offices in 3 cities. My parents would see my success stories in tech magazines and business newspapers, but never reached out. Uncle Kevin made sure the whole family stayed away from me. I was the black sheep who chose computers over family values, the monster who abandoned tradition for money. Then last month, everything changed. Uncle Kevin's construction company got hit by ransomware. Some hackers had completely locked down every computer, every file, every client record. They wanted $2 million in Bitcoin or they'd delete 20 years of business data. Kevin had 3 days to pay or lose absolutely everything. The FBI couldn't help fast enough. Local IT companies were completely useless. Kevin was facing total bankruptcy and 300 employees losing their jobs right before Christmas. That's when my cousin Austin, Kevin's oldest son, called me for the first time in 8 years. He was crying on the phone like a little kid. "Please, I know Dad treated you terribly. I know what he called you, but you're the only person in the world who might be able to fix this. He's too proud to ask, but we're all desperate." I could have said no. I could have reminded him about the monster comment. I could have let Kevin's business burn down just like he tried to burn down my dreams. Instead, I booked the next flight home. I walked into Kevin's office at midnight with my laptop bag and 20 years of expertise. He looked 10 years older than when I'd seen him last. His face was red from stress and shame. "I don't deserve your help," he whispered, not making eye contact. "No, you don't," I said, "but Austin does, and your workers do, and their families do." I spent 16 hours straight breaking into their system. The hackers had used some really sophisticated encryption, but I'd seen this exact type of attack before. By noon the next day, I'd recovered everything. Every file, every client record, every employee photo from company Christmas parties, all of it back and more secure than before. Kevin tried to write me a check for $50,000 with shaking hands. I tore it up right in front of him. "The only payment I want is an apology, to me and to my parents for making them choose between their son and their family." He broke down crying right there in his office, called my mom immediately and admitted he'd been completely wrong about everything. At the family barbecue last weekend, Kevin introduced me to everyone as my nephew, the cybersecurity expert who saved my entire business and 300 jobs. Not once did anyone call me a monster. Funny how family values change when you're the only one who can solve their biggest problems.